That's true.
Miserable.
And especially since, Sonix, again, a lot of people are noticing, is a Coinbox, not just a regular, but like I'd say a super regular. The king of Coinbox, or at least in contention for such a title, has earned quite a lot of money from the Coinbox series, and is aiming to get the big brunt of that prize here at this tournament still through losers.
Already trying to get a little bit of a spin dash on that shield, but solid damage from Jahzzo. I really want to see these high percentage and high damaging strings from Jahzzo's Ryu, but I think this is what we're going to see more. We're going to see a lot more patient gameplay and trying to get that down tilt into projectile to continue this advantage state.
And still, even though Sonix has the ability to test the waters a little bit with some of the spin dash charges, Jahzzo is still going to be going in whether he needs to or not, and unfortunately that does put him in some bad situations. We still only have 60% on Sonix, so one more interaction and we might find ourselves within range for a kill, but Jahzzo still is struggling to find any ins in the neutral. This is going to be slow going, I think.
I mean, you've seen the Hadouken, it can't really compel too much approach options for Sonix. You can just jump over with the spin dash, and then if you get the correct option, look at the damage that you could apply. Time and time again here, these advantage options from Sonix have proven themselves to be deadly.
Right, and even then, Sonic is such a privileged recovery. It feels as though, Jahzzo just tries to set up on ledge, but you can't catch the ledge hang with the down tilts. You can't really go off stage to challenge some of this stuff. So Sonix having the ability to have an actionable option out of up B is really nice. You're able to air dodge the ledge, and Jahzzo just kind of has to wait and try to catch the get up option. But even
can we talk about that spin dash going underneath the Tatsu?
We've seen that. Yeah, so that's not the first time. It happened to Ken too. So it happens to both Ken and Ryu, and of course Ryu looking for the extra kill power in that Tatsu. It's going to be a big factor here.
Already expected the double jump, stuck on the spring as well. The double upper not going to connect with the forward air, drag down enough damage to send Jahzzo back to the corner. Sonix tried to get a kill, not going to work out. Instead, forward tilt not going to connect, nor is the back air. These retreating arrows, if one of them sneaks through, they may end up claiming the stock.
It definitely feels as though Jahzzo is still looking for an answer here, but yeah, the DP is unwarranted here, and Sonix is going to let him have it. I told you the fist was going to be flying, and we are indeed living up to that. So Sonix going up 3-1 and very comfortable percentage himself, so taking one Hadouken to the face is not going to be enough to really put him down. Neither is taking the Tatsu. Still have more work to do for Jahzzo.
And in this position now, just look at the speed differential here between these two characters. Sonix able to choose the time and moment and method of approach. Meanwhile, Jahzzo is just stuck running at him. It's just so frustrating when you're an FGC character who doesn't necessarily have the mobility to beat back this speed demon in Sonic.
Okay. And even then, Jahzzo gets to center stage and he's not in control. He's not able to do really anything because Sonix has established this this dominance over the pace of the game.
How do you catch him?
You can. I mean, wow.
You allow him to run himself out.
You will him to die. You telepathically command him.
You treat him like a golden retriever. It's like, you'll run yourself to exhaustion. Let's go.
I don't know. That's the only way we can think about it. Okay, I was going to make a reference. I'm not going to make it.
Thank you.
So let's see. I feel as though 135, we have some rage on Ryu. We could make some magic happen, but at 0%, we still have, again, 2 interactions to go before Jahzzo can make any headway on the second stock.
Yeah, this isn't Ken. You're not going to be seeing 80 damage combo strings here from the Ryu. You need to earn your neutral victories. Typically, you can do that with the Shakus and the Hadoukens, but Sonix has just been so adroit at avoiding these projectiles. Good roll through the spin dash, though. Trying to get one connection at 49%. I don't think True Shore you're going to do it for another 20 or so. So we've got maybe 2 more neutral wins we need, but actually getting clipped after that parry. So brutal, nerf.
Right, and we've seen Jahzzo going for a lot of parries at this bracket. Not being able to get anything out of that in these situations is going to really kill the morale here, and so is this. The forward air catching that high Tatsu, trying to catch the rising Tatsu, and it seems effortless for Sonix to be able to get those offstage edge guards. Jahzzo, not so much. Again, he has to do all of his work on stage, but he was put in the corner so many times that even Ryu, we talk about it, Ryu as a corner carry, but I think it goes the other way.
I mean, where is advantage
You need the roles
state?
reverse here.
Yeah, where is advantage state for this Ryu in this matchup? It just feels as though every time he's throwing out these hitboxes, Sonix can choose whether or not he gets hit by them. And 9 times out of 10, he's not swinging aggressively. He's trying to passively wait for Jahzzo to overextend, and it's working out so well.
Yeah, this is tough. So the main reason that I think we're going Ryu in the first place is the Shakus. And it's just the Tatsu killing is great, but I feel like the Shaku is one of the main reasons. We're not seeing enough of it, and we're definitely not seeing it take hold. We're not seeing it give Jahzzo enough leverage here. So especially here on a tri-plat stage like Battlefield, I do feel as though Jahzzo might be able to get some juggles, might be able to do something here, but Sonix well versed in getting himself out of these strings, out of these combos.
Just trying to use the dash attack to clank with the startup of that spin dash, and so far it hasn't been working out. 0 for 2 this match. Now boosting to the top platform gives another angle of recovery for Sonix. Dash right through and then gets one down tilt and falls out. You work so hard with your spacing and reactions just to hit one hitbox, miserable.
All right, Sonic able to have a couple good multi-hits to break that focus. Allows Sonix to mix up his options so effectively. He's been breaking that focus consistently now. It feels like Jahzzo is not able to use that as the landing option or the landing tool that he's been looking for. Still, this time we do go for the single hit option, and that's going to be a bad option for Sonix. Jahzzo capitalizes and now takes the lead in game 2.
Dog, wasn't Sonix at like 70 before that string? Yeah. I mean, Jahzzo may have only had the lead for a split second, but putting Sonix on notice that the kill power of Ken or Ryu is not to be misunderstood.
Okay, yeah, Tatsu, but that actually almost looked like it could have been favorable for Jahzzo, but Sonix being able to react appropriately, having the speed in Sonic to be able to react with an option, an actually aggressive option. It's going to help. No, Jahzzo getting bullied here in the corner.
Does manage to land the back here, though. Has a bit of corner pressure, potentially. Can't get the down smash instead. Retreating, enjoying a little bit of perspective, perhaps too much. That gives Sonic plenty of time to get the spin dash going, and yet another one stopped by Hadouken this time. Going all the way across stage, landing on that platform, trying to get these up airs. I'm digging that option from Jahzzo. It can lead to so much, specifically that Shoryu.
And almost killing as well would have been a good DI mix-up, but Sonix doesn't fall for it. Still stays alive, just barely scraping the ceiling.
This dash attack is not working.
But there we go, only the second hit, so we don't get both hits, we don't break the focus.
We'll jump into the Tatsu to get back to stage. Drop shield a little bit too early, definitely trying to go for the parry, and instead into the corner, and the forward air getting the lag of the Tatsu.
Look at this, we are so close, one hit away, and there it is. Before I can even finish my sentence, Jahzzo delivers.
Both players are playing so evenly, all of a sudden Jahzzo definitely waking up game 2. This stage of scenery has really paid off.
Okay, the slow-moving Hadouken just means that Sonix has to kind of like dash it in the corner, do a couple empty hops, tries to find his in. He does so, gets some good damage, and now has a lead. He can run away, but does want to keep himself going, wants to get more for his money.
Does with the dash attack into not too much else as Sonix holding out RDI away in that position, now stuck on the platform. And just go to the second one. Yeah, this is the perfect situation. You've got the lead, so now it's Jahzzo that has to show you something special. 2 hits on the up air, multiple hits on the forward air, too.
Yeah, we're just going for all in on the multi-hit options. We do not want to let focus take anything and run with it. So Jahzzo still doing the right things, getting some air confirms into his Shoryus, but we're going to go to the other side and do some more work here on the defense.
Watching Ryu run across the stage trying to catch Sonix going underneath there is hilarious. Dude just does not work on cardio.
Look at him, he's bulky. All right, but then the platform coverage has been really good. You know, Jahzzo doesn't need to use it too much, though. We've got a great confirm, and look at that. Jahzzo is on the board in a scramble. You just find one single millisecond where you run in, you get your confirm, and you take the whole game because of it. That's crazy.
The linger on that down air, I'm not sure if Sonic's drop shield trying to get a parry or something like that, or if we were trying to toss out an aggressive hitbox. Ryu down air is kind of deceptively disjointed too sometimes.
That's true. Chat kind of going crazy. You know, the matchup is winnable. Don't give up. Don't forget that.
Do not sleep on the World Warriors. We've got an emergency best of 3 in this situation, and you know Sonic's locking in that character of choice. Sonic can definitely do it in the matchup. The question is, are there cracks starting to appear in Sonic's armor?
All right. Only one way that this ends, and we are getting a competitive set here now. Scab's going to PS to a familiar stage, a familiar setting.
And a familiar way to start it off again. Just a couple of Hadoukens underneath that platform. Jahzzo has the defensive aptitude to stick where he is strongest.
Okay, and then not much more has to happen until Sonix decides, like, I've had just about enough. We are seeing the aggressive Sonics in the set so far.
Yeah, it's really just the advantage state that separates Sonix from the other Sonic players. At any time Sonix hits you once, you're liable to die. And we're seeing that already. 77% advantage state, not quite done. Trying to get that lingering neutral air. Instead, goes to the true Shoryu, doesn't connect, but still gets a down tilt. Interesting.
True.
Shot right there.
Yeah, I mean, mean, even beyond the true-ish combos that Sonic has, you know, Sonix is really good at finding his reset opportunities. You know, it might not be true combos, but he will still find his hit one way or another, and he just forces you in the corner where it is even more inevitable than ever. Jahzzo, unfortunately, has taken quite a bit of damage so far, but, you know, for Ryu, we just called that a little bit, we'll call it the heavy tax, actually. Let's go ahead and say that that's rage.
Oh,
And
calling out the jump with the back air too. Brilliant up B from Sonix, just recognizing that Ryu doesn't have a ton of tools to get out of disadvantage and to break tumble, so frequently Jahzzo's been popping that option, trying to recover high.
Okay, good knowledge to shield out that up air through the ledge here.
I don't understand why that hit down tilt doesn't hit below the edge. It always looks like it should have the smallest disjoint, but you just can't get the ledge cling right there.
Yeah, the ledge cling is actually surprisingly crazy for Sonic as well. So it is one of those things that it, you know, a little bit character specific. But even though Ryu is known for his down tilts, those are for good reason because those confirm into things like killing options like the Shoryu. So Jahzzo, no matter what, he will still take it when Sonix decides to come in and be a little bit too aggressive and overextend a bit.
Sonix even had the right directional air dodge to get out of one string, so Jahzzo's like, wait a minute, I got another though. Punishing that lag with a bomb.
Follow up, I mean, the auto turnaround helping you a lot there, even though Sonic's trying to overtake, but here we get the second hit, breaking through the focus. Up air starting to do better and better about doing that.
Lingering hitbox on the aerial for Ryu, though, going to connect to absolutely nothing. Sonix bails out, and yet again, 68 to 86, just the perfect reversal percentage-wise. Both of these players doing a really good job of nickeling and diming each other. Sonix knows when to turn it up when an advantage, but in this position, no need to press.
But every time Sonix overextends, Jahzzo is not far behind, able to follow up with quick dash forward and get your down tilts, your hit confirms. Still, off stage, it feels like Sonix is a homing beacon that will track you down no matter where you go.
All that came from one focus, too. We saw the focus that Sonix had actually punished with the forward air, and that led to the stock. Now, I think we actually expended the jump, back air.
Yeah.
Have to focus through one of these, but instead, just the up B and Magnet Hands bailing Jahzzo out in that position. But look at this, 58% and a stock lead for Sonix. How do you make it back here, Nerf?
I really don't know, man, because now you're just getting spin dashed on. You're just trying to shield it out. We haven't been able to get any of the parries that might allow Jahzzo a minuscule option of getting himself back into the fight. But hey, we still track him down again. Jahzzo is a hunter. He's going to keep going for this one.
Even just walk forward down tilt, like time and time again. The margin for error that Sonix has is relatively small. Speaking of margin for error, Jahzzo yet again tries to jump at a disadvantage, and Sonix said, didn't I teach you this already, my friend?
True.
Can't do that once or twice.
Another game lost, and Sonix breaks away with a lead. Jahzzo, you know, this was the tough part of the bracket. You know, he had to fight Pikachu, he has to fight Sonic's own Sonic. So it's like it is a challenge after challenge. That's the benefit of having an invitational like this, is that you get to see some of the most interesting and the best players, you know, tested to their limits. But at the same time, you know, I feel for the guy. You
got to really, like, show us some tricks. Like, that's the big thing about these invitationals. You have probably played these players before. And even if you haven't for a few of these folks, you are well known enough where they've been studying their VODs. These folks came out to play. There are no easy matches. So if you let up for a millisecond, you'll find yourself in loser's bracket. And if you let up for a second, you might find yourself going home.
And we're getting dangerously close to that possibility for Jahzzo. Has got to lock it in right now because you are on set point, tournament point for yourself as well. You're still in the loser side, so Sonix has one more game away before he's able to continue that run that we are all anticipating. He was sent to losers perhaps prematurely, but we'll find out because Jahzzo has taken the game. He can take it to a game 5, I believe.
And we got the Guile team going in the background. This is when you make that comeback. Guile team goes with everything, but particularly well goes with an FGC victory. Jahzzo trying to pull it out here in game 4. Getting caught out with that jump. That forward air not going to quite kill just yet. Now has to walk down to Sonix. I mean, dude looking like he's playing Zangief against a Ryu instead of Ryu against a Sonix. Yeah, well, only one of those is a roast down character if you play him like that, so I'm just saying. All right, so Jahzzo, even despite the setbacks we've faced in the last couple games, is the game plan is still the same. Wait for that 1/2 second that you get to make a play, and then again comes down to the shot calling. Jahzzo really knows the tools that can use to disrupt that spin dash. The problem is that the timings can be so specific that something like that down air may very well not connect if you're a second or two late. The timing's being a little bit off right there. Sonix was on, dead on in that advantageous position. Double up air into the forward air, sending Jahzzo into the corner, and DI's out that time. Very intelligent, not double jumping. Sonix was selling out for that one. Catches the roll, gets the back throw. So Jahzzo in another awkward spot, tries to recover low. The spring snipes the first one out, and that sets up for the easy back air.
And just textbook stuff here from Sonix, setting up Jahzzo to use those recovery options in tandem just as he designated for him. So unfortunately, there's a real issue when Jahzzo just has this limited recovery sometimes. Has to go for the same options. You know it's a little bit predictable. But Sonix is, again, very good at forcing those options out of you.
Finally falls out of the up air. Typically, that's a move that Sonic players sometimes despise, but it has been doing so much work in this matchup. Just nullifying focus, making it so hard for Jahzzo to get out of disadvantage. Even getting stuck on a platform could spell doom here with a full stock and just about lapping Jahzzo in percent-wise.
Right, and at 80%, I would say if Jahzzo manages to get a DI mix-up and maybe surprise Sonix, we could get like a couple hits into a confirm and maybe kill, but again, I still think that that's a little unlikely. We still have way more work to do, and almost getting caught by the get-up attack as well. Jahzzo now forced back into the corner time and time again, and good tech on that spring, but Sonix just barely missed his opportunity to clinch that stock out, but that's okay.
What a DI, though, from Sonix there. Actually does get clipped with the Tatsu, but not quite taking that stock. Tries to go for a back air. Jahzzo gets intercepted. Instead, the spring, knocking him into an awkward angle, does manage to make it back, but you know that Sonic's going to be hunting this disadvantage. Toss him off stage yet again. Another awkward position. Can't land. The back air gets the spring instead. Nice. And the forward air. What can Jahzzo do in those spots, Nerd?
You simply can't do anything there. The focus kick, the focus will just be beaten out by the multi-hit automatically, so there's no way that you do that. You have to go low and hold in, and even then, that's exactly what Sonix was able to read out there. We still find Jahzzo fighting himself out of the corner, and just, you know, might have a couple bruises, but he's still in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, when do we get the CA activate? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
That would actually be nuts if we got CA in this one. The truest of shore use.
Definitely want to see it, but so far Sonix is not letting him get the chance. Has played this ranged playstyle so effectively. The burst movement is just enough to overwhelm Jahzzo, and Ryu, I don't think, has the tools to kind of play the spacing game, but doesn't have the tools to play the reaction game in this situation.
It does seem like it. It's so crazy that this like frame 2 up tilt and frame 2 down tilt just are not connecting. Sonix, he understands the space that Jahzzo threatens and just doing his best to just occupy that area.
Platform camping, just hanging out, waiting for Jahzzo to make an overextension that Sonix can capitalize off of, and even then, if he sees something, he doesn't have to do anything. He just has to wait, because the lead is in his favor. We have 3 minutes left on the clock, and we won't go to time very likely, because I think Jahzzo is starting to get a little bit desperate.
Yeah, the more you overextend, the more Sonix can make sure that he can press as hard as he wants. Does actually focus through the back air, so managing to land, but look at the damage racking up at 130. Any kind of edge interaction that lands with a strong back air or neutral air could very well claim this stock. Jahzzo has to recover high, actually, low.
That
very
was
smart.
Very risky, though, and Sonix almost had an opportunity to take that one, too. So just did look for the lower recovery, and that was the smart option of him. But Jahzzo, yeah, this one is just going to be one too many. The fair to finish it off. Sonix closing it out with a 3-1.
And a valiant effort from Jahzzo got the win early on and showed exactly why Ryu can be so beneficial in this matchup instead of that Ken Masters. But on the downside, it felt as though he just had to win neutral too frequently. Always a tall task in the best of times against Sonix.